In this video, we are going to talk about carbon cycle. Carbon dioxide is a gas that is found in the air. It contains carbon element. Now, when green plant absorb carbon dioxide, it is able to turn the carbon dioxide into glucose. Glucose is able to turn into glucose. Now, glucose is the smallest organic molecule that contains carbon elements, and it also can be turned into many other complex carbon molecules. We call it carbohydrates. Now, these plants, once it turned carbon dioxide into glucose, then the energy really is stored into the food. Now, when animals eat the plants, this carbon is turned into animal's body through food chain. So through food chain. Okay, so carbon is moved onto the animal's body. Now, both plants and animals, they grow during their living time, and also they reproduce themselves. All that activity need energy. So the respiration process is able to turn that food into energy and for them to grow in size and for them to carry out their body activities. So all this is respiration, and it turns carbon dioxide in the meantime back to the atmosphere. Now, both of animals and plants, they also produce a lot of waste during their living time, and also they will die in the end. So they die and they produce a lot of waste, and that dead body is able to be decomposed by bacteria and many other microorganisms. We call them decomposers. And for them to live, those decomposers are fed on by the dead bodies. And that's how they live. And during this process, they also release carbon dioxide back to the atmosphere. Million years ago, plants and animals also have been partially decayed. So the body is not completely decayed, they partially decay, and then they turn themselves into fossil fuels. Now, fossil fuels is a carbon reservoir, and it stores energy. Now, heavy industry using these fossil fuels for burning, and that process is called combustion. So when we burn fossil fuels, we release carbon dioxide back to the atmosphere. But the purpose of combustion of fossil fuels is not this. It is to get energy from it. But in the meantime, it releases too much CO2 gas into the atmosphere. And this activity have really upset the balance of the natural system, because the plants and animals and the bacteria, they really are taking care of the ecosystems very well. By human activity and involvement, this cycle has been upset. So that's what we need to look at. Okay, overall, in summary, the carbon cycle have involved in 4 key words. One is photosynthesis, one is respiration, and decomposition and combustion. Now let's make a summary. Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is green plants using carbon dioxide and water, and of course it needs sunlight. And we need chlorophyll. Chlorophyll chlorophyll is a green pigment that you found in the green leaves. That's why the green leaves are green. Now, they can turn into carbon dioxide into glucose, C6H12O6, that's glucose, and also given off oxygen gas. So we really, for the balanced equation, we really need 6 carbon dioxide molecules and 6 water molecules to produce 1 molecule of glucose, and 6 molecules of oxygen is given off. So that's the photosynthesis process. So you can see from here that the carbon turned from this form, carbon dioxide form, into the glucose form here. See, so the carbon, that's the photosynthesis. Second one we need to look at is respiration. Now, both green plants and animal are able to turn the organic food molecules, in this case glucose, C6H12O6, they can turn that into carbon dioxide and water. Now, this process is called respiration. The purpose of respiration is not to produce carbon dioxide and water, is to produce energy. Now, both plants and animals need energy to grow. But in the meantime, carbon dioxide and water is produced. So for the balanced equation, so again, the 6 oxygens are needed to produce 6 carbon dioxide and 6 water. So that's respiration. Now also, the decomposers is able to turn a dead body into the smaller molecules of carbon dioxide, and they are fed by the dead bodies. That's how they grow. Now, combustion, again, is a heavy industry process. Now, for instance, fossil fuels, there's many different molecules you can find in fossil fuels. Most of them are hydrocarbons. Now, hydrocarbons are compound. You found hydrocarbons are compound you found in the fossil fuels. They are mainly carbon and hydrogen atoms only. That's, for instance, if we burn methane gas, the smallest, simplest molecule of hydrocarbons, CH4, then we burn that in the air, we will produce CO2 and H2O. Now this is not balanced equation. That's 4 hydrogen here. It's only 2 hydrogen here, so add 2 here. That's 2 hydrogen. And then I have 4 oxygen, so I need 2 molecules. Let's make it 4. Okay, you can see that combustion also release carbon dioxide back to the atmosphere. And the combustion also, most importantly, is release a lot of energy for human activities, daily activities. Okay, so I hope this makes sense to you. Carbon cycle, the 4 key words I need to pay attention to. They are photosynthesis, respiration, combustion, and decomposition. Thank you very much. Bye.